Schwartz, on the other hand, will be discussing the whole Bitcoin maxi fiasco that is going on social media on this episode. It's a disaster. Actually, if you just relax, you can read all of their bullshit. We'll talk about that, examine the XRP chart, and talk about what I anticipate happening over the next 2 weeks. What about January's largest coins? One of them is certainly someone you know. However, you most likely haven't even heard of the other two. I've got you covered, so don't worry. Without further ado, take a seat, unwind, and let's begin. They're getting caught red for beginning to make things up, which is hilarious. We refer to that as desperation. Ethereum is currently up 0.12% XRP, and Bitcoin is up about 0.5% at $14,990. Someone needs to flip it after all. After this massive parabolic jump that we recently saw, Ethereum has been consolidating and staying stable at $311, up 38% so far. As I stated a few weeks ago, I am convinced that Bitcoin will eventually make a modest debut during the final week of January, which starts on Monday, and the first week of February. Take a peek at this weekly chart over here. Right now, it's essentially flatlining in here. The next push up and leg up are on the horizon. The market makers aren't attempting to crush it right away and bring it back down to that area of mid-negative 900.00. This indicates to me that they are at the end of their game. The bulls are ready to come out and play, and the bears are growing weary. And this thing is going to make its first stop at 115 to 125. For the first 2 weeks before, that's what I'm focusing on. See, folks, it's early. Or I should say the first 2 weeks or the following 2 weeks, I'm exhausted. I typically wake up at 6 and stay up until 9:30. I think my body was urging me to rest and remain in bed. Right now, CRIP is the source of the cryptocurrency market capitalization. Start with the initial one-gate token and talk about the top cryptocurrency gainers for the 4th week of January. I haven't even heard of it. Or owned it, I'm just relaying the news. That's not surprising, dude. Why not cool money tokens, given how well Binance currency has performed? I think the odd thing about the Trump coin is that it's just sort of consolidating right now, and if it breaks over $269, it might sink much lower, which would put it below $21. What is the price of his Trump coin right now? Trump is not someone I believe in. This isn't just a meme money. Let's face it, it's an attention-grabbing Trump coin. Trump turns everything he touches into gold. I will tell you the truth. My name is G. I'll be keeping a careful eye on this. I might have to buy some if it goes back to around $20. Trump will do this, we know that. I'm not done, he said, adding that he will place in the top 10 dots. All I'm saying is that ETFs will be included, and I'll be doing precisely that. I'll be watching the Trump coin. Crypto sleuths would therefore wonder why Bitcoin maxi started focusing on extract so abruptly. What would happen to maxis if there were a level playing field? According to David Schwartz, the maxi's greatest worry was always that the government would have to play favorites. Therefore, we started pushing for a level playing field. Yes, because what happens to people when you put these resources on an even playing field? The best asset is starting to seem very obvious, isn't it? Since the value of money is mostly defined by the network effect rather than its technology, I think Bitcoin will continue to dominate the cryptocurrency market for a very long time. But how long that will last? Who knows? That's a good question, says David Shett. I usually think 3 to 5 years, he says. In the world of cryptocurrency, 3 to 5 years may seem like a long period, but sometimes things seem to move quickly and sometimes they take a very long time. Fascinating. According to David Schwartz, Bitcoin will remain at the top of the market for the next 3 to 5 years. That indicates that he thinks XRP will turn around. He didn't say XRP, I did. He thinks the next bull market will cause Bitcoin to lose its hegemony. That in itself is intriguing. Who knows? Maybe that's when XP leaps it. Then we have this. This is what you ought to purchase. These are the made in America cryptos, people. You ought to be paying attention. In light of Eric Trump's confirmation that US-based cryptocurrency ventures will experience zero capital gains, people are curious as to why. And do you realize that we won't be required to pay any capital gains on XRP if this is signed and goes into effect? Do you realize how large this is? My XRP selling targets have decreased if this is signed. Think about this. If you have to pay 20% in taxes on $1 million you make from XRP, that's $200. Okay, you have to give up $1 million if you make $5 million. You have to give up $2 million if you make $10 million. You can now purchase a nice property for yourself with the tax money you would have otherwise had to pay. I hope this works out because I will tell you now, XRP, I have a Solana and a Cardano chain link. I own Hedera, Stella, and Avalanche. And the majority of my cryptocurrency bags are tax-free. People, this is a tremendous victory. The bill just needs to be adopted now that Eric Trump has confirmed it. Here we go again. Squeaky Mouse said in a statement, the XRP chart is shown here. For what reason is he waiting? All he is doing is waiting for the discovery. People, the breakouts are on the horizon. I showed you my chart yesterday, and we spoke about the key numbers. Your number, the main objectives, is 340. We like to round them up a bit here, but technically, it's around 338. 340 is the crucial number to pay attention to. At $4, the gates, the entrance, or anything else you want to express is open. XRP will move into that $4 zone after breaking $340. For Q1, $4 to $6 is the target. That is the target range for XRP, 4 to 6. However, it might spill over a bit after Q1. If it occurs, I believe, a double-digit XRP is on the horizon. Reaching the double-digit XRP will be more challenging if we remain lower in that zone. We're all waiting for those parabolic moves, so keep them in mind. Later in the year is when they arrive. But this is the moment for Bitcoin. Yes, the rise of Bitcoin will benefit the other assets, but this is Bitcoin's moment. Bitcoin will fluctuate. Later in the year, the money from Bitcoin will be invested in other cryptocurrencies as its value rises.